You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader. This is News Channel 3, live at 4.
Hello, I'm John White, in for Peter Doubt.
And I'm Jennifer Franco, standing live at the Breaking News Center, where I'm tracking an officer-involved shooting at Morongo Indian Reservation.
And we begin right now, Jen, with our top 4 stories at 4. The volunteer organization, the Flying Doctors, will be providing free health care to local families tomorrow, 8 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon at Desert Mirage High School in Thermal. It's first come, first served. Families can speak with a dermatologist, dentist, optometrist, and more free of charge. Mosquito samples from Cathedral City and Indian Wells have tested positive for West Nile virus for the first time this year in those cities. Mosquito control treatments are scheduled in Rancho Mirage and Palm Desert beginning next Tuesday. You can see all of the impacted areas and times on our website, KESQ.com. Riverside County has reported 8 human cases of West Nile, none of them in the Coachella Valley. New Jersey U.S. Senator and Chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Bob Menendez, is facing federal corruption charges. Menendez and his wife are accused of accepting gold, cars, and other bribes in exchange for acts which benefited 3 associates and the Egyptian government. The senator tonight calling the claims false. And union negotiations with Ford are progressing while General Motors and Chrysler's parent company are not budging in a strike against all 3 big automakers. President Biden will be visiting Michigan to join auto workers on the picket lines. More on those ongoing strikes coming up right here on News Channel 3, live at 4. Gas prices are spiking. AAA reports that the national average now up to $3.86 here in California, much higher than that, up to $5.78 and even higher in Riverside County. News Channel 3's Bianca Ventura is giving us a closer look at prices in the valley and what you can do to improve your mileage and try to save some money.
Terrible. They're too high.
Fuel at this Cathedral City gas station is going to cost you $5.59 for an unleaded gallon. That's almost 63 cents more than it was a month ago. Prices like these are making it difficult for drivers across the valley, including Sunshine Landscaping owner Richard Calhoun.
I have contracts to go through the whole year, and I have to come in with a number to get the contracts. And when the prices go this high, I get to eat the difference.
A fuel increase of just $1 can ultimately cost him thousands.
That can be anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 more a month.
Along with missing out on a profit, Calhoun says he's had to make some adjustments.
We have to really tighten down on all of our expenditures. Every way we can to save money, how we can do it.
I stopped by Sergio's Auto Repair to see what drivers can do to help them save fuel.
You have to check the tire pressure because when the tire is low, you're forcing the engine.
Ceballos also recommends checking your air filter and keeping an eye on your check engine light. The U.S. Department of Energy also recommends driving the speed limit.
If you push the gas too much, you're using more gas.
For passenger vehicles, every 5 miles per hour you drive over 50 miles per hour is like paying 30 cents more per gallon of gas. Combining trips might also help you save by stopping and starting your car less. Lastly, consider removing heavy items your car may be carrying. That includes taking out sports equipment or removing a bike rack. The less your car weighs, the less gas it'll use.
It really hurts us.
Another tip, close your windows. Open windows can also cause a drag on your vehicle, causing it to eat up more fuel. In Cathedral City, Bianca Ventura, News Channel 3.
A lockdown at 29 Palms High School ended with no threat being found on campus. The lockdown went into effect around 9 this morning after reports of a student bringing a weapon onto campus. Officials say the reports were unfounded. A statement from the district reads, in part, "We want you to know that we take the safety of your students and our campus very seriously. It is our priority to educate your students in a safe and comfortable environment." Again, no weapon was found at 29 Palms High School. Live look outside from El Paseo tonight. We're seeing some cloud cover out there, but much calmer and clearer today as far as the dust goes. That's good news. Gene Autry Trail does remain closed at the Washington Palm Springs with crews there still clearing the sand. It's been blowing out over the road for the last couple of days. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Haley Clausen's tracking air conditions. And Haley, much more comfortable out there today.
You know, it certainly is, because the sand isn't just hitting you when you step outside, especially along the interstate. Our winds are much weaker. Air quality is still moderate all across the Coachella Valley, so better to see it like this in comparison to what it was yesterday, where it even reached hazardous. But still, there is improvement to do, especially because everything is still covered in sand and silt, and that air quality can diminish quickly within localized areas, especially as cleanup efforts are underway. But today, a completely different view from our Indian Wells camera. Plenty of clouds out there, and depending on where you are, you may even be experiencing some sprinkles or light rain. I just received a text message that there was some light rain in the Palm Springs area, but throughout our downtown Palm Springs camera have been seeing people walking around no problem. So yes, I am looking at sprinkles and light rain continuing as we head through this Friday evening, but I'm looking at minimal accumulation. This is all streaming in from the southwest, some lingering tropical moisture remnants from what was once Kenneth. Coming up in my first alert forecast, we'll be looking at our future track and timing out when more of those showers could be moving through later on tonight. John?
We'll see in a bit. Thank you, Haley. Northern California also seeing its own fair share of hazy conditions, but for different reasons there. These are some views from Sacramento, where smoke from fires up in Oregon has now moved into the area. A new Stanford study finds that after seeing a decline in dangerous particles and air pollution from 2000 to 2016, the progress over the past 5 years has either slowed or reversed in 35 states. Researchers say it's too soon to tell how badly these trends are impacting health. We are tracking new developments on an officer-involved shooting at the Morongo Indian Reservation. News Channel 3's Jen Franco in the Breaking News Center with up-to-the-minute details on this. Jen, you mentioned this at the top of the hour, and you were just finding out about it, so what have you learned so far?
Yeah, that's right, John. I mean, about 5 minutes ago, if that, we received the press release from the tribe noting that the shooting happened this morning at around 5:45. Morongo tribal police officers and a deputy from the Riverside County Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call of a report of a dead body inside a house on Santiago Road. When they got there, they were confronted by an armed resident, and an officer-involved shooting took place involving a Morongo tribal police officer. Now, that resident, we know, a man in his 50s, no ID given at this time. He was not a tribal member. He was fatally wounded in that altercation. The initial investigation did locate a suicide note inside the house. No law enforcement officers were injured. The investigation into this incident is ongoing tonight. John?
Yeah, thank you, Jen. The number of migrant crossings is going up at the southern border, and the U.S. is having trouble keeping up with the surge. Next on News Channel 3, the latest on the situation at the border as more military personnel are being deployed in support roles. And later, a U.S. senator accused of accepting bribes. More on what officials say he took in exchange for acts that they say benefited the Egyptian government and others. You're watching the Deserts News Leader.
I'm Everest Yasuda reporting live from the Palm Springs Air Museum, where I hear kids under 12 get in free. I got to see all the planes, and they fly. You can walk up and touch them. Super fun. What's the catch?
You just have to bring a paying adult.
Duh, it's not like I can drive. Well, there you have it. Visit psairmuseum.org for more information.
At the Comprehensive Cancer Center, we greet you with a smile.
Because we're here to support you at every moment of care. From the moment we diagnose your condition
to the moment our team of doctors finds the right course of care just for you.
With advanced treatments for cancer, tailored to be as quick and comfortable as possible.
Until the moment you ring that bell symbolizing you're cancer-free. Contact our Comprehensive Cancer Center at Desert Care Network, where cancer care means you are never alone.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Carpet Empire Plus. If you're not buying your flooring from Carpet Empire Plus, you're paying too much.
When people ask us what makes Desert Alarm different, our answer is always the same. We offer top-of-the-line security at bottom-line prices.
Hello, my name is Chris Medane. Now you can receive a complete security system package installed at no cost to you and no setup charges.
And if you're not happy with your current provider, switch your service to Desert Alarm today and receive your first 3 months monitoring free. There is no better time to switch than now. Call today, 322-1562.
Rapport To Go Furniture Outlet does it again. Our must-see outlet sample sale happening this Saturday only from 9 to 5 in the Jefferson Square Shopping Center at the corner of Jefferson and Fred Waring. Don't miss out on these incredible deals. Everything is tagged to go. Lots of sofas and sectionals, lots of everything. See it for yourself. Easy pickup right there or let us deliver. It's all happening this Saturday only from 9 to 5.
This portion of the news brought to you by your Coachella Valley Chevy dealers.
More personnel are being sent to the U.S.-Mexico border where record numbers of migrants are arriving. A Department of Homeland Security official reports that there have been over 8,600 border crossings in the last 24 hours alone. That's up from 3,500 daily border arrests back in May. In Eagle Pass, Texas, the mayor there has declared a state of emergency.
We're here abandoned, we're on the border, we're asking for help. This is unacceptable. Please, just enforce the laws that are on the books. We're a nation of laws. That's all I ask for, is that it shouldn't be like this. We should be able to enforce laws. If you want to come here, good, come legally.
Although there is no clear reason for the surge right now, officials have pointed to disinformation from smugglers, poor economies, authoritarian regimes, and the climate crisis as forces driving migration. Back here at home, a deputy accused of transporting drugs is back in jail, being held on $5 million bail. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department says 25-year-old Jorge Alberto Roca was rearrested after the Assistant U.S. Attorney's Office rejected a federal indictment. Roca was arrested originally on Sunday following a traffic stop on Interstate 10 in Calamasa. The agency says Roca was found in possession of more than 100 pounds of fentanyl. The DA's office says it's prepared to file charges that will include possession of narcotics, transporting drugs to distribute, and other offenses. Roca is due in court now on Monday. A government shutdown is looming in a little more than a week, which could hurt federal workers across the country. Next on News Channel 3, what's being done and what isn't being done to try to keep the government running.
It is a cloudy day in the desert, and can you get a little closer to your TV? Just a little bit. There are tiny little dots on this dust-covered umbrella showing that there are some sprinkles falling from the sky. It's not a lot to wash the dust away, but there's a lot of moisture overhead. We'll take another look at our radar after the break. You're watching News Channel 3, the Desert's news leader.